Okay, now for the course syllabus. Okay, we have for the course information, again, it is Math 280, Linear Algebra. The section is IO1. And now the course is for 3 semester credit hours. And we had the last day to drop without grade penalty to be March the 29th. And again, I have my faculty information listed. My office is in the Health Building. The office hours I have Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11:30 to 2, and Friday mornings between 8:15 and 9:15. And my drop-in hours are in person, but I can do virtual meetings as well. And my contact information, okay, the email address is jdstrickland@johnstoncc.edu. My Zoom ID is 594-958-9204, and the passcode is 1040. My phone number is 919-209-2129, and the best time to contact me outside of office or drop-in hours will typically run on Mondays and Wednesdays between 9 in the morning and 12 p.m. Now for the course itself, this course provides an introduction to linear algebra topics. Emphasis is placed on the development of abstract concepts and applications for vectors, systems of equations, matrices, determinants, vector spaces, multidimensional linear transformations, eigenvectors, eigenvalues, diagonalization, and orthogonality. Upon completion, students should be able to demonstrate an understanding of the theoretical concepts and select and use appropriate models and techniques for finding solutions to linear algebra related problems with and without technology. Now for the course format, this course will be taught as a 100% online course. All work will be submitted online through Blackboard. The course period begins on Thursday, January the 6th, 2022, and ends on Tuesday, May the 10th of 2022. Students can expect to complete a quiz, lab, or homework assignment each week apart from test weeks. More details will be given under the evaluation fields in the syllabus. And for what we have, again, no late work will be accepted, so please plan to be proactive. Now we have various student learning outcomes, which we'll be kind of looking at among our objectives throughout the course. And upon successful completion, okay, the student will be able to use analytical and graphical representations to apply vector operations in multiple dimensions. Also solve systems of linear equations through various methods, and among these we have Gaussian as well as Gaussian and Jordan or Gaussian-Jordan techniques. Also be able to use eigenvalues, eigenvectors, and diagonalization, as well as again using matrix operations and linear transformations, and as well as being able to demonstrate knowledge of orthogonal projections and orthogonal complements of subspaces and apply to appropriate situations. And also among the student learning outcomes, okay, we have being able to use the fundamental concept of a basis for a subspace to give a precise definition of dimensions and rank, and to solve problems in appropriate situations, and also being able to demonstrate proficiency in using CAS technology to analyze, solve, and interpret the various applications. Now for the text, technology, and additional materials, now the required textbook is Elementary Linear Algebra, the 8th edition by Ron Larson with WebAssign, which is going to be our online learning software. And now for the required technology, okay, you'll need a graphing calculator, okay, and typically common models be anything along the Texas Instruments TI 83 plus or higher. Students will also be required to use Maple, which will be oftentimes incorporated, okay, within the technological aspects of each lesson. More details regarding access will be provided. For courses that use e-text, okay, we have e-text transform the educational experience for students by also reducing textbook costs. Students may opt out of purchasing the e-text digital course material provided in select JCC classes. Students must inform their instructor of their intent to opt out and complete the opt-out form no later than 3 calendar days after the start date of the course. Your instructor will provide you a link to the electronic form. For more information, see JCC eText information. And for courses utilizing My Materials transform the educational experience for students while also reducing textbook costs. Students may opt out of purchasing the My Materials digital course material providing selected JCC classes. Students must inform their instructor of their intent to opt out and complete the opt-out form no later than 3 calendar days after the start date of the course. Your instructor will provide you a link to the electronic form. For more information, see JCC My Materials information. For the course overview, we will cover selected topics from chapters 1 through 7 of the text. Systems of linear equations and matrices form the basis for most of what we do in linear algebra. Linear algebra has applications to other math courses that we will discuss. The study of vectors is particularly helpful for Calculus 3. A tentative schedule of topics, including exam dates, is given in Blackboard. For the evaluation methods, while grades will be maintained in Blackboard, official final grades will be posted in WebAdvisor. For the web-assigned homework assignments, that will make up 20% of the grade. For what we have with the labs, class activities, and quizzes, that will be 20%. And there will be 4 major tests, that will amount to 60% of the course grade. For the web-assigned homework assignments, practice is essential to learning mathematics. Problems and/or instructor-created problems will be assigned in WebAssign. You can expect to have an assignment per section that we cover. The lowest homework grade will be dropped at the end of the semester. Unless otherwise stated, I will allow up to 5 submissions for each web-assigned homework. For the labs, class activities, and quizzes, there will be class activities of varying types during this semester, including but not limited to textbook homework and lab activities. And unless otherwise indicated, class activities must be handwritten and show appropriate work to arrive at your answer. Submissions that do not adhere to specifications may be scored as a 0. Lab activities will center on technology and/or applications of concepts, including, for example, solving problems by utilizing Maple. The same rules regarding deadlines apply as the homework. Now, occasional quizzes may be given in WebAssign and will be based on the reading homework and/or previous topics covered in class. There will be no quiz makeups. The lowest grade in this category will be dropped at the end of the semester. And there will be 4 major tests, and they will be equally weighted throughout. And a list of topics for the test will be posted in Blackboard at least 1 class meeting before the test. Dates for the test will be announced in Blackboard. And if you miss a test, you must contact me within 24 hours. If the absences are excused with documentation, you will have 2 days to make it up. If the absence is excused or unexcused and/or the timeline is not met, you will receive a 0 for the test. You may have a graphing calculator on the test, and I will make every effort to return written work within 2 class meetings. Now, for the critical success strategies, I cannot express enough the importance of completing assignments. And this course is a 4 contact hour class. You should expect to spend 4 hours reviewing videos, reading the text, and working on labs in place of attending a seated class. Students should expect to spend at least 1 to 2 hours per contact hour outside of that studying and working on assignments. Additional time may be necessary to reread sections from the text and/or to review class notes. I highly recommend keeping a notebook for this class and taking your own notes as you review the material. Plan on spending at least 8 hours per week working on mastering the material. The amount of time spent on the day will vary according to the student and topic. And the following are prerequisite skills where we have being able to solve basic equations, including quadratics and polynomials, and also being able to evaluate expressions using the order of operations with and without the use of a calculator. Also, among the prerequisite skills, we have being able to plot points and vectors in 2 and 3 dimensions. Also, find the distance between 2 points in both 2 and 3 dimensions, and also evaluate trigonometric functions for special angles. And if you need to review some concepts, okay, Khan Academy is a useful resource. And I'm happy to work with you in groups or individually. And I'm also happy to make individual appointments to meet through Zoom. Please email me if you have questions or concerns. And for the online attendance policy, attendance is expected of all students in order for them to achieve their potential in class and to develop desirable personal traits necessary to succeed in employment. This course is considered 100% online. In order for students to be considered attending this course, they must engage in this course as much as or more than they would in a traditional classroom. To be engaged, students must actively participate weekly in all components of the course. Please read the following information carefully to understand the attendance requirements. All students must enter the class prior to the class 10% or census date, which is the date set by the state for reporting purposes. The census date for this class is January the 19th, 2022. Each student will be officially entered into the class with the completion of the online enrollment verification quiz. And online courses do have weekly attendance requirements. In order to satisfy these requirements, students must demonstrate active weekly online attendance by submitting at least one academic assignment. For this course, if a student misses more than 2 weeks in the course, the student will be dropped. And the student can be dropped at any time during the semester, including that time period before the date designated each semester as the last day a student can drop without grade penalty. And this rule includes absences from class for any reason, including sickness, jury duty in court, work demands, and funerals. If a student is dropped by an instructor due to excessive absences, a grade of WF will be issued. A WF is a grade penalty and could affect his or her financial aid. The student must ask for reinstatement permission from the instructor to re-enter class. If this request is denied, the student may petition the Associate Vice President for reinstatement. If the Associate Vice President denies the request, the Vice President of Instruction will make the final ruling on the decision. Students who choose to participate in college-related activities such as SGA or athletics must adhere to the online attendance policy, and students are responsible for informing their instructors in advance of absences and are expected to make arrangements for making up work that is missed. In such cases, upon approval of the instructor, class time missed will not be counted as absences provided the students are otherwise in good academic standing. And for CCP students, as stated in the articulation agreement, student absences due to state-mandated testing will be documented. However, they will not be applied toward the number of absences allowed before a student is dropped from a class. And the Jaguar Office of Learning Technologies is available to assist you with technical difficulties or training on distance education technology. You are encouraged to seek their assistance and training resources for online and hybrid courses. And the main email is distancelearning@mail.johnstoncc.edu, and the phone number is 919-464-2260. For the religious or solemn observance policy, JCC authorizes 2 excused absences from classes each academic year for religious or solemn observances. For the purposes of this policy, an academic year begins on the first day of fall classes in August and ends on the last day of summer classes in July each year. Students requesting absence from class for religious or solemn observance must complete the religious or solemn observance absence request form and obtain instructor approval at least 2 weeks prior to the date of the absence. Students who miss class for religious or solemn observance will be granted the opportunity to make up work that is missed due to the absence. And general campus-wide policies and resources and student acknowledgement forms are available in Blackboard. And for student concerns, most classroom issues can be solved with respectful and prompt communication. However, please follow the steps outlined by USET for a student concerned. Students not following the steps will be redirected, and the first step for resolving the situation is generally for the student to communicate concerns or complaints with the instructor outside of class time. As a follow-up step, the student can contact the department chair for that course, and if the matter remains unresolved, the student will contact the Associate Vice President of University Studies and Educational Technologies, prepared to explain the area of disagreement with the decision of the instructor and department chair. Again, I have my contact information again available, and our department chair is Mr. Aaron Brickman, and his office is located in the STEAM building, room B127A, and his email address and phone number are also included. And our Associate Vice President of University Studies and Educational Technologies is Mrs. Dawn Dixon, and her office is located in Smith G106, and her email address and phone number are also included.